So you've finished your paper. Now what? That final step, submitting it for publication, can feel like this huge, complicated hurdle, right? Well, it really doesn't have to be. In this guide, we're going to pull back the curtain on the whole process for the Journal of Legal Studies and Researches. We'll break down every single step on the ASJP platform so your submission is totally smooth and stress-free. Okay, so how are we going to get from that finished manuscript to a successfully submitted article? Here's our roadmap. First, we'll cover the essential prep work. Then, we'll get to know the ASJP platform itself. After that, we'll dive deep into the submission form. And finally, we'll go through that all-important final check before you hit send.
All right, first things first, preparation. As any researcher will tell you, doing the prep work is basically winning half the battle. Getting everything in order right now is the absolute secret to avoiding major headaches later on.
Now, you might think the first thing to do is jump onto the submission portal. But hold on, your actual first stop is the journal's official website. This is where you find the rulebook, all the policies and conditions for publishing. You've got to read those first. Then, and please do not skip this step, download the official article template. Trust me, using it from the very beginning is going to save you a world of formatting pain. Okay, with our prep work squared away, it is time to step into the main arena. Let's talk about the ASJP platform. This is the digital gateway, the front door that every single submission has to go through. So what in the world is ASJP? Well, it stands for the Algerian Scientific Journal Platform. The easiest way to think about it is as the central command center for academic journals in Algeria. It's where everything happens: submission, editing, peer review, the whole shebang. All right, you've read the guidelines, you've got your paper formatted in their template. Now you're back on the journal's website. And you've got one mission: find that Submit Article button. Clicking it is kind of like stepping through a portal. It's going to take you right over to the ASJP platform where the real action begins. And that click brings us right here, to the heart of the matter, the submission steps. This is where you'll be plugging in all the critical details about your research. So let's walk through this form together, piece by piece. Now, a little pro tip here: before you even start typing, it's a really good idea to have a few key things just sitting there on your desktop ready to go. You're going to need to know your article's field, the final title, have the Word doc ready to upload, and of course have your abstract and keywords handy. Gathering all this now will make everything else go so much faster. Okay, now listen up, because this is a specific detail that trips a lot of people up: the abstract. As you can see, they require it in both Arabic and English. So the best advice I can give you is to have both versions perfectly written, polished, and just ready to copy and paste before you even get to this screen. Next up, your keywords. And hey, don't just breeze through this part. These little words are basically the digital breadcrumbs that are going to lead other researchers right to your work. So choose them carefully, make sure they perfectly capture what your paper is all about. And speaking of keywords, here is a tiny, tiny detail that is so important and so easy to miss. After every single keyword you type, you have to, and I mean have to, hit the Enter key. It seems like such a minor thing, but if you don't, the system just won't register it. All right, we are in the home stretch. In this last section, we're going to cover adding all the author details and walk through that final critical click to send your work off. So this part's pretty straightforward. You'll need to fill in your own info. Your name, your institution, country, and email. And if you have co-authors, the platform makes it super easy to add them right here as well. Okay, before you hit that big final button, stop. Just for a second. This is your moment to be your own toughest critic. Give everything one last scan. Is the title spelled correctly? Did you upload the right version of the paper? Are all the author details perfect? And there you have it. Once you are absolutely sure that everything is perfect, it's time for that final, super satisfying click on Submit Article. And just like that, you've done it. Congratulations, your hard work is officially on its way. And that really brings us to the end of the process.